Hello, people of Ghana. As part of the efforts to build a coalition for constitutional democracy, we present perspectives that expose the illegalities and evils of the 1992 Constitution, which necessitates Ghanaians to join forces together to demand for the suspension of the 1992 Constitution and the making of a new one. According to Martin Luther King Jr., one has not only a legal but moral responsibility to obey just law. Conversely, one has a moral obligation to disobey unjust law. An unjust law is no law at all. What is the question here? The question is, are presidents meant to be investigated? The answer is simple. According to the 1992 Constitution of Ghana, the president shall not, while in office as a president, be liable to any civil or criminal proceedings in court. What this means is that if the president kills millions of Ghanaians today, embezzles state funds, no one has the right to send him to court. Have you asked yourself why they are so bold? Because the indemnity clause that protected their predecessors is still protecting them till now. We all know what happens to the ordinary Ghanaian man who steals a common goods or destroys state property. He or she is being tried in court. Is this what we call the law? We all know the answer. Always remember that an unjust law is no law at all.
The 1992 Constitution is the main reason why Ghanaians are suffering today, because it condones acts that were against the people of Ghana. Soldiers took arms, overthrew government, and made law and enforced it on us. And this law promotes the interests of few group of people, the minority, against the majority Ghanaians. Because if you look at the Constitution, it allows the president to have control over all the resources. And if a president have control over all the resources, they will make deals for their interest and their party. And so we have a system where now the president can do whatever he likes with the resources of the state, make very bad deals against the people of Ghana. Look at the deals the presidents have made over the years. It's against we the Ghanaians. They have sold us out by giving away our resources. And so the 1992 Constitution is the main reason why we are suffering, because the way it came into power was criminal. And the Constitutional Review Committee that was set up to review the problems of the Constitution was not enough. The main problems of the indemnity, of the powers of the president, of the denial of powers of the people, of disenfranchisements, and then the sovereignty of the Ghanaian people that has been taken away need to be addressed so that the Ghanaian people will have power over the resources of this state. There should be a collective process over how resources are distributed, how concessions are given. If we don't do that, we will always suffer, because that is the main reason why the 1992 Constitution is against the interests of Ghanaians.
Military decrees are still laws of Ghana because Article 11 of the 1992 Constitution decrees PNDC laws as laws of Ghana today. So the 1992 Constitution must be changed.
Should we let bygones be bygones? I think no. Why? One may argue that it is all about the criminal procedures in the drafting of the 1992 Constitution. Then we should keep the Constitution, since most of the provisions in it are good. This cannot be possible due to the fact that there are elitist, exploitative, oppressive, and pro-imperialist clauses carefully crafted in the 1992 Constitution. To talk of a few includes Article 36 Clause 2b, Article 71, the Transitional Provisions Article 34. Furthermore, given that the PNDC laws, which is upheld as laws of Ghana in the 1992 Constitution, established Kotoka, a criminal, was the name of our international airport. Due to these reasons, there is a need for a new constitution.
The 1992 Constitution prohibits the capacity to make case in the court of law against a group of militiamen who committed treason against the state. The indemnity clause makes these people above the law, therefore contradicting the fact that everyone is equal before the law. If PNDC knew that what they did to Ghana was not a crime, then why this clause? While Article 17 says that all persons shall be equal before the law, But Article 34 states that all people working under the PNDC are above the law. Therefore, there is the need to reject the 1992 Constitution and create a new one, which will not favor any group of people, but the nation as a whole.
According to Professor Michael Quay, the 1992 Constitution is a hybrid of the UK and US political system. In the UK political system, the Prime Minister is not immune from trial whilst in office. The US political system or constitution doesn't state that a certain president is immune from trial even whilst in office. So if the 1992 Constitution is a hybrid of the US and UK political system, how did it adopt presidential immunity, whilst the US and the UK political system does not adopt political or presidential immunity, even whilst after office?
We need a constitution that gives power to the people. The 1960 Constitution specified powers of the people, but the 1992 Constitution denies the masses power over the leaders. The parliamentarians do not represent their constituencies, and there is no means to ensure that.
In 1960, we had an elected constituent assembly to establish a democratic, socialist, and Pan-Africanist constitution. But in 1992, we have a constitution drafting body decreed by the PNDC military dictatorship with decrees 252 and 253. With this military imposition, we have what we call a false dilemma. The false dilemma of giving us only two options, which is Rawlings in a suit or Rawlings in fatigues. With both situations, there's military decrees overriding the process. What happened to the option of an elected constituent assembly to draft our constitution? This option was not presented to the citizens of Ghana. Therefore, we have indemnity clause, where we have an elite class of Ghanaians who are indemnified, put above the law, where the rest of us are subjected to the laws of the country. We need a democratic constitution in our country.
The coming into force the 1992 Constitution took away the sovereignty of the people. An illegal military regime appointed a committee of experts to draft the 1992 Constitution. This 1992 Constitution was signed to become law by a military dictator who has supreme power over the 1992 Constitution, and this, as a result, took the sovereignty away from the people.
Amending the current 1992 Constitution is not a solution. This is because the drafting body of the current 1992 Constitution was appointed by a military dictator, that is J.J. Rawlings. And in this Constitution, there are provisions and entrenched clauses which are against the principles of sovereignty, the rule of law, and equality before the law. The Parliament of Ghana today do not even have the power to amend such laws. It is therefore appropriate to do away with such a criminal imposed constitution and make a new constitution that springs from the people's will.
We therefore call upon the youth of Ghana, trade union organizations, democratic agencies, socialist bodies, and all institutions that share ideas on the need to change the 1992 Constitution. Join the Coalition for Constitutional Democracy to work together to cause the revolutionary transformation of Ghana's constitutional laws. Thank you.